tumbling into the abyss. I hardly need to say it at this point, but you might wish to reconsider trying to stop me. Unless, of course, you want to end up like him. Chester's ambitions are noble, in a very twisted way, making them still wrong in the purest of senses. I can't believe Chester actually attacked Dogi. It's all my fault. 12 years ago, I was a knight of Valstein Castle. I was there on Genos Island that day, and McGuire had also hired the services of a dark sorcerer. His specific task was to make sure none of the villagers escaped, but for my part, I couldn't bring myself to harm those two. I hid them when I came across them and managed to sneak them off the island. I knew I couldn't take care of them myself, so I left them with the mayor and hid here. That's when I started investigating McGuire's plan. I also studied up on the legend of the warrior Genos and the demon Gabalon. Chester never knew my role in the whole affair, which is why he introduced me to Dogi. I kept up my investigation, but I also instructed the two of them in the arts of combat. Until finally, 1 year ago, when monsters started popping up all over Felghana, Chester came to see me. Something had brought his memories of the destruction of his village to the surface, and he wanted my advice. I told him everything, every single thing I knew about what had happened to him 12 years ago, and the part I played. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Suppose I'd hoped that I could somehow atone for the lives I took that day. That was when he first swore revenge. To be perfectly honest, I have no idea how Chester intends to use the powers of the statues. If he's willing to go so far as to stab Dogi, then I don't think there's any reasoning with him. If we let him continue unchecked, it won't just be Valstein Castle that suffers the consequences. It'll be all of Felghana. Adel, I have to ask that you go back to town immediately and tell Mayor Edgar what's happened. Once it looks like Dogi's in the clear, I'm going to the castle myself. Yeesh, that voice really puts a strain on your throat. Don't worry about him. He's in bad shape, but he's also one hell of a fighter. All he needs is some rest, and he'll be past the worst of it soon. A pained look crosses Dogi's face as he sleeps. Which makes a good amount of sense. Best friend just stabbed him in the chest. No good Chester. Well, he's good. He wants to be anyway. So, let's take a quick little trip back to Redmont and do our last catching up for a while. And, after a quick little teleport... This isn't right! What's going on here? These are guards of Valstein Castle, from the look of it. Gardner! Otto, we're in trouble. We were suddenly attacked by soldiers from the castle. They're all inside the gates. Hurry, go and help! Can't refuse a request like that now, can I? Elena and Anya! Wah, Elena, I'm scared. It's okay. I'm here with you. I have to save her. And those guards. Otto?
These are definitely some creepy guys, and if you don't take them seriously, they can wreck you pretty good. They definitely don't look normal though, do they? Notice their stilted movements? Those shields are actually exceptionally good at blocking you. So you'll notice that I'm using a lot of jumping around, a lot of stuff that makes me temporarily invincible. Ooh, level up. Yeah, it's because if you don't take these guys as a serious fight, it's hard, but you can still get killed. Thanks for helping me, Mr. Otto. You've been a real lifesaver. Thank you, Otto. But what's happening to Valstein Castle's soldiers? Excuse me, Otto. Is something wrong? You look worried about something.
Otto reluctantly told her that her brother had stabbed Dogi.
No! Why would he do that? Are you two okay? Sister Nell, you weren't at the church, so we were quite worried. But it seems that you're okay. Yes, thanks to Otto. I'm sorry, sister. I should have said we were going to seek shelter. Now really, what am I going to do with you?
Well, I suppose we'll let it slide since you were trying to help Anya. Even so, I can't believe McGuire's grown so brazen as to attack the town directly.
Speaking of which, Mayor, have you gotten a good look at the soldiers that we're attacking? Doesn't something about them strike you as a little strange? None of them ever speak a single word, and they move almost like puppets.
Indeed. In any case, let's return to my house so that we can draw up plans for defense. I'd like for you to come too, Otto. Is this what Chester's been planning all along? He lived under my roof for 10 years, and I never even noticed. I feel like such a fool.
Please don't blame yourself, Mayor. I think that right now we should be focusing on what's happening at Valentine Castle. So we know that Chester is planning to take revenge by using the evil power contained in those statues. Is it possible that his plan is somehow tied to the strange appearance of the soldiers?
Yes, probably. I think now would be a good time to get in touch with Bishop Nicholas in the castle.
Excuse me? What is it, sister? You look upset.
The soldiers haven't returned, have they?
No. The children told me that Elena had gone missing a little while ago. I think she's left the town walls.
Well, what?
It can't be. She must have heard about Chester and gone to Valentine Castle.
Yes, that's got to be it. That was foolish of her.
Oh, no. Pardon me, Sir Otto. Won't you please find Elena and bring her home for the 3rd time? I can't bear to think of what might happen to her.
Otto nodded his agreement.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Otto. I hate that we've caused you so much trouble.
May God be with you. Please be careful. So that was quite a heavy little dose of plot, wasn't it? So before we go any further, let's take a second and take a close look at those enemies we just faced. Ishguests, a soldier at Valentine Castle turned into a monster by the dark mist. Their personalities are lost, and they now attack indiscriminately. They're skilled at using their shields for defense, so striking at the right moment is key. Yeah, kind of fearsome, huh? And creepy. And there's more to come.
Perhaps Elena went to Valentine Castle to see Chester. I can understand where she's coming from, but the castle's a dangerous place. Otto, please look after Elena.
And actually, everything from the fight on is being re-recorded because all really close to each other, admittedly. I was filming last night, and I ran out of hard drive space, but my throat was torn up to crap from doing so much Mayor Edgar and Berhardt voice that I was going to take a little bit of a break. So I made some macaroni and cheese, decided that after I finished it, yeah, I'd do more. Then I passed out. So, yeah, these are second takes. So if I forget something, please mention in the comments. I will be sure to fix, but I should notice it while I'm doing editing. I'm concerned for Elena, but I also worry about Bishop Nicholas's well-being. He's still in that castle too. I hope that he's safe. I took my eyes off Elena for a moment, and look what happened. Please, Otto, find her. Yeah, Elena doesn't like to be tied down. Or stay still. Or any other similar words. So now we've been openly attacked. Maybe this has something to do with Chester going to work at the castle? If that's true, there's no telling what's going to happen. Sounds like Elena's in serious danger. What in the world has he done? I was standing out on the bridge when the soldiers first arrived. I could see that they were all armed, and I didn't think they were just here to talk. Thankfully, Gardner helped me get away to someplace safe. I ran as hard and fast as I could so I could let Mayor Edgar know what had happened. Not for you and Gardner, things would have turned out much differently. Hugo's worried about the Pickards, so I think he's still outside. I can understand how he feels, but we don't know what's going on, so he needs to stay inside. See if I can't get your son to come back in. I make no promises. Because you're so cute! It wasn't monsters, it was soldiers from the castle that attacked us this time. I was really stunned. But that was great, Mr. Otto! You took those soldiers out in no time. With you here, we got nothing to be scared of. Unfortunately, that probably is going to make it hard to convince him to go inside. I swear, how long is he just going to sit here cowering? Paul, you better come out if you consider yourself any kind of real miner. We've come this far, so we have to see things through to the end. Hey, Paul, you do realize you don't get to eat when you're dead, right? Dewey said that we all have to do what we can, no more, no less. Aye, I can't stand this. Everyone run. Aye, that way. Yeah. Oh, video game cowards. Now, no one is in the church, supposed to. From the text plot, we can assume that before it was crammed full. No one's here. Which makes sense because Elena's gone. Let's see, we haven't visited Anya and her grandfather. Thanks for helping me, Mr. Otto. After she finished talking to you, Elena sat holding that pendant of hers for a while. Then she said she had somewhere to go and left. It's dangerous outside, so I wanted to stop her. Is she gonna be okay, Mr. Otto? I wanted to stop her, but she left. Is she gonna be okay, Mr. Otto? You bet. Or, boing, boing. In Mario language.
Anya told me that you rescued her. Thank you so
I can't even remember how I did his voice. Still have no idea why the Count would attack the town, though. All we care about is our families in the quarry. What could he possibly have to gain by attacking us? It's tyranny, plain and simple. My throat's still a little bit torn up, but I want to finish up this section, so I can't think of a good enough voice to give him anyway. So whatever voice I gave him before probably sucked. Sorry about that. A young blonde girl went outside a little while ago. She looked really distracted for some reason. I wonder what's wrong. Yes, but well, I need to get out of here soon so I can collect more Revol ore. But it's crawling with monsters outside, so what am I supposed to do? Oh, Antonio, so self-obsessed. What do you have to say, Cynthia? Gardner was pretty badly wounded the other day. Can't believe this is happening. If we get attacked again, there's no guarantee everyone's safety. Elaine and the others could be killed. If we don't do whatever we can now, our course is clear. So, let's buy some items. There's no more weapons to buy, but we might as well get the other remaining items we haven't gotten so far. Illusion Mirror. When used in battle, it creates an illusory shield that defends against 3 enemy attacks. One-time use only. Amulet. When used in battle, it incapacitates nearby enemies for a short while. It will break after 1 use. And we currently are holding on to 2 Connell elixirs. Let's change that, shall we?
Saw you take down those soldiers. Nice work. Who the hell knows what the Palestine folks are thinking?
Still, not much choice to buy the trouble people are selling, eh? No point in trying to talk sense into someone who impose these kind of taxes. If they come back, I'll show them this hammer can work wonders on more than just metal. Though they're wearing metal armor, so maybe that'd still be a good idea. I mean, just feel free to consider it, take it or leave it. Talk to Ida. So you've rescued Elena, did you? She's always been here to help when my strength failed me. Thank you very much for what you've done. You're truly a fine young man, Otto. I never would have believed that soldiers would attack the town. What is happening to Felghana? Don't worry, whatever's happening, I'll fix it.
Looks like the soldiers in the castle have attacked the town. But why would the Count attack us in the first place? I just don't get it. How could he authorize this? Can't believe I ever swore loyalty to a man like him.
It's okay, Randolph. You're badass and we know it. Are you okay, Otto? Gardner was really badly wounded. He has to take it easy for a little while to try to recover. I was utterly stunned when he told everyone to take shelter in the church. Who would have ever thought that the soldiers of Alstein Castle would attack us? With the accidents and the closure of the quarry, it's no wonder everyone's so upset about this. By the way, Otto, did you happen to see Dogi while you were up in the Elder Mountains? I swear, he always manages to disappear when he's needed most. I would tell her, but it's probably best she not know anyway.
We owe you a debt of extreme gratitude, Otto. It's amazing that with their superior numbers, the damage wasn't worse than it was. I had to wonder, what in the world were those soldiers? Come on, hurry. We have to get back to the guard of Redmont, but they're going to attack sometime soon.
I only got a quick glimpse of the attacking forces when we were trying to hide. It was strange. It didn't look like anyone was leading them. I'd heard they were originally all mercenaries hired by the Count. But how many does he need? I get the feeling that Margot kept this place open to try and keep people's spirits up. If there's anything we can do, just say so. Yummy Kato elixir! It's yummy! Okay, so Otto wouldn't talk like that.
Otto inquired if there was any Cottle elixir he could spare.
Yeah, it's probably more accurate. So we've talked to everyone in town. And there's really nothing more we can do before we take on the climactic adventure that will be Valestein Castle. So let's talk to Dewey. Oh, Otto, thank you for rescuing Anya. Couldn't bear if anything happened to my daughter after everything else.
I've made my decision, Otto. I don't know what the Count is thinking, but I do know this much. Those people in Valestein are my enemies. I'd rather fight back than just sit and wait for death. I'm going to blaze my own trail, just like you. You just watch. We'll show you how strong a miner's spirit can be. Which is not him being angry at us, but rather the whole sort of gung-ho, rah! So, come a long way. We have, as you can see now, all the statues. We're only missing one item there, 3 items there, 1 item there, and 1 item there. We have all but 2 sets, which is understandable. We still have Valestein Castle to go. We just need 2 topazes, 1 emerald, 1 ruby. Isn't it cool how they all look, you know, just palette swap versions of themselves, but with good textures added to them. We have precious little that we need to worry about as far as characters to be seen. Just number 16. Who could that be? And I believe that the whole manual is filled out now. Yep, all 12. Which means we're nearing the end game. Valestein Castle is definitely a place you won't want to miss out. There'll be no more bonus features at this point. We've just got to go and take down McGuire, Chester, everything. So I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope that you'll stick with us next time as we take on Valestein Castle.